I know you want to open that damn 3D, but there's one more nice step that I think is valuable and that I want to cover now. The ideation process is made up of exploring the brief, the 2D, and the 3D. And the 2D exploration has actually a lot to offer to us. Because in general, strong compositional concepts are directly legible in 2D. I mean, if you know how to read a plan. But generally speaking, looking at a set of plans, sections, and massing plans, or as I mentioned in Diamond 8, by looking at concept diagrams, you can double check the strength and legibility of concepts in 2D space, which generally will translate into 3D space. We can look at the line weight of elements to identify core elements in the plan, or look at unique constructive details that could for sure be valuable if seen and emphasized in the images. Concepts such as views and transparency are also very clearly legible in plans and sections and can already help us understanding what kind of camera we can use, what kind of focal length might be required, or define the height of our camera if we want to create specific relationships between spaces. Another idea that can be very legible in 2D space is the idea of ratios or contrasts, or see how one space differs from one adjacent one and see how the limits between the two could become a frontier worth exploring in 3D. All these can be very valuable input for a more refined approach of your composition, hence why it's important to have a decent knowledge of how to read 2D architectural documents. And if you don't know how to read them, then this is a skill you should learn urgently. Site photos can also give you composition ideas and can be a springboard for more original and site-specific compositions. Indeed, while reading a 2D CAD plan or sections has a level of abstraction, looking at site photographs bring back the concreteness of reality and can help us finding elements and anchor our future images, whether it's by noticing landmarks on the site, structural elements that can be used to frame our building, or more indirect information such as a specific event or climate that takes place in this area, a specific type of light or weather that seem to be locally relevant. So yeah, still haven't opened the 3D, but by combining a clever and thorough reading of the brief and the 2D elements our client provide us, we can already have a much more educated approach to our next step, exploring the project in 3D.